Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Sure is. It really is. It's Friday.
No, I'm bummed.
You're bummed?
Yeah. You
Why?
got a couple days without having to come to work.
Oh, I know. That's right.
Do.
That is true. Really, really true. Yeah.
I'll muddle through.
Monday will be here before you know it, though.
Okay.
So don't worry. In the meantime, it is a big weekend for college football. It's a must-win again for BYU.
There's a lot of teams that are must-win.
Yeah, but the only one I'm concerned with.
All you got to do is win.
Yeah. That's right.
Got the Red River rivalry happening this weekend,
Texas,
too.
Oklahoma.
It'll be awesome.
This weekend. They're both in the SEC now, so that's a big game. Big game. Who has Texas really played? Well, they played Michigan, but I'm not exactly convinced that Michigan is that good this year.
They're the reigning champs, so that's what they're hanging their hat on.
Yes. But for BYU football, this is a chance to really solidify themselves. They got a sold-out game coming up against Arizona tomorrow during the day.
It's in Provo?
It's in Provo.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That'll be fun.
But an added little element there is that two of the best basketball recruits in the country, including the number one recruit in the country, they're going to be at that game. They're on an official visit this weekend. So you want things to go well for that as well. It's a big weekend. Big. Huge.
Yeah, man. You
gotta
win. You want to disappoint the basketball recruits
No, you
during
don't.
the football game.
No, you don't. Not when you have the number one recruit, A.J. DeBanza, in the country. Everybody thinks he's going to be the first pick in the NBA draft upcoming season. So we'll see. But that's huge. Also, there was a big X event last night.
Yeah.
From Elon?
We can talk about that during the Fat Five. And we teased it yesterday on one of the shows that we did. And it was awesome. It was awesome. The Wii Robot event. Yeah, there's some good stuff.
The Wii Robot event. I'm still planning to immerse myself in social media. I just haven't gotten around to it quite yet.
Well, don't jump right in.
I'm
don't
just
jump
kind of
right in.
Yeah, I'm dipping my toe into it.
Don't.
What I did, in fact, about a month ago or so, I started a YouTube account, which was new for me. And actually, I'm a little addicted to it right now. But I've noticed that. Do you have a YouTube account?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the algorithm gets just a tad obnoxious. I clicked on one Doobie Brothers video.
This is separate from the Pat Gray Unleashed?
Yeah, I'm talking about just having the account and having the algorithm populate your account. And so I clicked on one Doobie Brothers thing, and ever since I've been bombarded.
That's the way it works.
With everything the Doobie Brothers have ever done. Every concert, every interview, every thought each of the band members have ever had. Every note they've ever played. I have it all now. So give me some time. I'll get to as much as I possibly can.
That's the way it works.
And then one of the idiosyncrasies of it is that you see that everybody does the same thing on social media. I clicked on one of those videos where somebody is reacting to a song they've heard for the first time. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
It was More Than a Feeling by Boston. And I'm like, okay, who's never heard More Than a Feeling by Boston?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. Like everybody.
Yeah.
At least
it's only
7
years old now, so there's a couple of people
that literally
may
is
have heard it.
48 years old now. But at least 7 out of the 8 billion people on Earth have never heard that song and have posted a reaction video to it. So I'll get to as many of those as I possibly can as well. I'm working on it. Just know I'm working on it.
Whatever we talk about on this show and my show and wherever, my phone the algorithms for all my social media is just populated with headlines about what we talk about. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What's kind of interesting is that all you have to do is talk about it in a room.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, either ads are starting to appear or videos that relate to what you talked about.
You know what? I appreciate it.
Do you appreciate it?
I appreciate it.
Because
I
you're not
appreciate
saying
them.
anything wrong, right?
Correct.
What do you care if they're listening at all
Correct.
times?
And
to
if I
all
say
things you
something that I think is inappropriate, I always attribute it to someone I don't like.
Okay. All right. Well,
So,
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. And I'm sure you'll be fine. All of us will be fine.
No problem.
Don't worry about the fact that they're watching and listening to everything we say all day, every day.
Yep.
It's not even a problem. If you're not doing anything wrong, why worry about it?
Correct.
Because you are the one who will always decide whether or not something you're doing is wrong.
It's the United States of
Right?
America.
Right. It's the US of A. So we're all fine. Don't even concern yourself with any of that. It's starting to get a little scary.
Well,
I mean, I've noticed it many times where we'll just be talking about something, at home in the living room. And all of a sudden, ads begin popping up on everybody's phone about that subject.
yeah, that's nice of them, though. That's what I'm saying. I
it's very-
appreciate it.
yeah,
I don't know what. I appreciate it because I might. Oh, yeah, you know what? I am interested in that.
Well, that was really considerate that they started doing ads based on our conversation.
What's good also is that it's not just your phone, it's your television.
TV.
Which is
Yeah.
very helpful because then you don't have to worry about having your phone with you at all the times. If you want to talk about something and then have an ad pop up about it.
If you have Alexa, sorry, I just
Oh, no.
started
Yes?
everybody's.
What do you want?
If you have that, that's listening to you.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I have one somewhere, but I don't have it activated.
I mean, they don't even have to specifically come to your house and bug anything anymore.
No, we're there. We've given them access.
Yeah,
We've
you
given
bet
them
we
access.
have.
Yeah.
Access to everything at all times.
And whatever.
Chilling.
Whatever. Again,
Right. If you're not doing anything wrong,
thank you.
don't worry about it.
Thank you.
It's chilling. When you stop and think about it, it's chilling.
I mean, there's really no way out of it unless you completely cut yourself off. And
Right.
I mean,
You talk about
completely cut yourself off.
Being off the grid, you got to be off of everything.
I mean, I'm not talking about having just one satellite dish,
Right.
one cell phone, none of it.
Yep. It's too late. I mean, if you've immersed yourself into technology,
You're there.
you're in it.
Once you're in it,
You're in
in
it.
it.
Profound words somebody
Thank you.
once said. I
Thank
forget
you.
who, but
it was me.
oh, okay. All right. Genius, though. I mean, really powerful. Tell me again, because I'm just trying to digest it.
Once you're in it,
Once you're in it,
you're in it.
you're in it.
Jeff Fisher.
Wow. So it's not once you're in it, you're not in it. You're saying once you're in it, you're in it.
That's the quote.
Do I have that down?
That's the quote.
Okay.
Correct. Glad you got it.
Okay. Took a while, but it's because it's such a deep concept, but I'm trying to keep up. I'm really trying hard to keep up right now.
Well,
I remember, Keith and I worked together, obviously, in Houston. So almost 25 years ago now. And he used to be so sensitive about giving his information to anybody for any reason. And one of the arguments we used to have on the air once in a while was the toll tags.
Right.
Oh, I'm not giving them that information where they can follow me all over the area. I'm not doing that. Okay.
okay.
We are so far beyond that.
There's no doubt about that.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
About that. And especially everywhere now, but I mean, there for a while, we've built neighborhoods where you really can't get out of without using the toll system. Now you can get out of the neighborhood without the toll system if you go out of your way 8,000 miles. Mm-hmm. So you almost have to use it.
It's an actual 8,000-mile trip.
8,000-mile trip.
Is that one way or is that round trip?
They've made it available. You don't have you don't have to use the toll tag.
Right.
But you have to go 8,000 miles out of your way.
You can drive to New Jersey before you get to Dallas, downtown Dallas.
That's correct. You don't have to use the toll tag, though.
It's a free country. Yep. All right. ABC News had Tampon Tim on, Timmy Walz.
Well, I bet you that was good.
Oh, you know what it is.
Coach?
The coach. The dad. The Midwestern dad. You know him. People know him, Jeffy. Don't worry about his lies. People know him. They know what he means.
He talks the way he speaks.
Right. And you know that now, right?
Yes, you do.
Because you know him.
Right.
So relax. Don't worry about his bald-faced communist lies. Don't worry about it. They asked about, we talked about the fact that he just suggested abolishing the Electoral College. So ABC asked him about that.
I want to go back to something you said on Tuesday. You said, I think all of us know the Electoral College needs to go. But the campaign came out later that night, and they said that's not their stance.
Yeah. Well, it's not the campaign's position. And the point I'm trying to make is that
What
there's
is the
folks
point?
that feel
Is
every
that?
vote must count in every state. And I think some of folks feel that's not the case. Our campaign does that. And the point I'm saying is I'm in 5 states in 2 days. We're out there making the case that the campaign's position is clear, that that's not their position.
Clear.
Their position and my position is to make sure that everybody understands their vote, no matter what state they're in, matters.
So that's something that you and Vice President Harris disagree on?
I have spoken about it in the past, that she's been very clear on this, and the campaign, and my position is the campaign's position.
Wait. What?
So
Wow, the double speak and the backtracking.
but very clear about it.
Oh, we're very clear.
Very
that I'm
clear about
completely
it. I
muddled
spoke
on
about
this
it before.
issue.
But yes, I got my hand slapped and told that, hey, why don't you shut your face?
But I am clearly hazy on this issue. Crystal clearly muddled on this
That's
issue.
awesome. Campaign's position is my position.
These people have become masters at lying right to your face. It's really something. They don't even deny that they're lying,
That's really good.
Incredible. Then he said voters focusing on immigration, on that situation, that actually helps the Harris campaign.
Well, I think voters focusing on immigration helps, because I think what they've seen is that we're leaning into it. We're talking about what the solution is. And again, I think these folks saw it. Donald Trump wasn't doing anything about it. He certainly didn't build his wall. He didn't have Mexico pay for it. And what you're hearing from all the experts, if they're talking to the folks who know what'll make a difference here, you see it, the mayors down here know this, that look, we need to pass this. We need to put something in.
Again, astounding. It's astounding. You're actually babbling that nonsense. Donald Trump tried to build the wall. He didn't get enough funding for it, but he did try to build, and he did build certain sections of it. Didn't build the complete wall. But he certainly made it clear that he wasn't encouraging illegals to cross our border.
Correct.
Made it absolutely crystal clear that that was not acceptable.
Correct.
Don't come here. He didn't just say it. He actually lived it. And so while the border wall wasn't completely built, he had a lot of opposition, including from people like him.
Yes.
And his running mate. That's the thing they stopped on day one.
If you build a 30-foot wall, I'll just buy a 35-foot ladder.
Right. Right. Wow, it's incredible. It's just how stupid they think we are. And maybe we are. I don't know. We'll see on November 6th.
I hope not.
I hope and pray we're not. But it's possible, because in 2020 we were. Are we still that stupid, or are we even more stupid? I don't know.
But I mean, that can't happen. It just can't happen. I mean, she's dumber than Biden.
Oh my gosh. Biden's got an excuse for his stupidity. He's 117 years old and he's got dementia. Okay, so there's some issues there that we know about. She's 60. Okay, she should be smarter than this. She just isn't.
No, she just isn't.
And neither is he, by the way. Neither is
my gosh.
Tampon Tim. Wow. So the second gentleman and Tim Walz ordered coffee, and they left without paying. Is this at a Starbucks? What is this place?
I don't know.
Here's what happened. Cut 3.
I think it's like
Here, you guys go slow.
Oh, that's Doug, too? He's out with Dougie?
Yeah. Second
cute?
gentleman
Isn't that
and
cute?
Timmy Tom. And they go.
Feels like, hey, somebody will take care of it. They have people.
Thank you so much, and someone will be up here today. Right? No, he's coming. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Who is the girl?
Just one of their do people. One of the campaign people.
No, Chris said she's some. Oh, that's Walz's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so somebody's going to pay for it. Not me.
No.
Not me.
I I just order stuff and walk off. I don't have
somebody
to pay.
over there is going to pay. That's awesome.
Or not. I don't care. But I got what I wanted to see you.
There's no...
Bye-bye.
I don't know that you blame them for that.
Nah, I know that happens all the time, but still.
I mean, there wasn't, I will say this, there wasn't even an acknowledgement that someone is going to take care of it.
Right. Yeah,
it was
because they just assume.
Yeah.
They just presume.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty presumptuous because they're elites. They don't have to pay for their coffee.
That's exactly right.
You would. I don't buy any coffee, but I do buy certain beverages, and I do have to pay for them. People expect me to pay. I can't just take it from them and walk out the door.
Wow.
Well, I could. It just wouldn't turn out very well in the end. Wow. All right. Let me tell you about preborn. I mean, this has been such a hot button issue for so long, but especially right now. And the left uses it all the time. It would be great if we could eliminate abortion, wouldn't it? We can't. It's not possible to do right at this moment. But there are steps we can take in order to make the situation a lot better and save a lot of babies' lives. And one way you can do that is by contributing to Preborn. Preborn's been doing this work for a long time. They've saved hundreds of thousands of babies. All they do is show women the ultrasound of the life growing inside them. And it makes such a difference. It doubles the chances that the baby will be born alive. Something like an 80% chance after they view the ultrasound. It's really important.
I'm surprised that it's not more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is an amazing thing.
Yep. We used to have a law in Texas where before you got an abortion, you had to see the ultrasound. And it was 85 or 90% of the time that they decided not to do the abortion. It makes a huge difference. It costs $28. That's it, to potentially save a baby's life. If you want to save 5 babies, that would be $140. But whatever you can afford, whatever you can do would be greatly appreciated. If you can help rescue babies, donate by dialing pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That's pound 250. Keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
More from Tim Walz. For some reason, he was prevalent yesterday.
Is that on the campaign trail?
I guess,
he's campaigning.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's running. Is it what his position is? What the campaign's position is?
Really?
Yeah, that's
okay. So has he made that clear?
Well, I don't know if he's made it clear, but he said it.
Okay. And his wife has TDS, and here's his wife.
We are turning the page. Did you see her do that? Yeah. Can you do it with me? We are turning the page on Donald Trump. Yep.
This is all she knows.
We are turning the page on Project 2025.
And
we are turning the page to a new way forward to a future where everyone can live with freedom.
Oh, all right. Yes, let's turn the page from Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Turn that page. They're the ones who are on the page right now. She wants to turn.
Yes.
It's not. This is not an incumbent you're running against. You're the incumbent. Bizarre.
It really is.
Isn't that incredible?
It really is.
On everything, this is how they're treating it.
I know.
Like, you just have to ignore reality and accept the reality we're presenting to you.
Yeah.
And that's that the economy is bad, yes, because of Donald Trump. Immigration, yeah, it's bad because of Donald Trump.
Yep.
Are you... I don't know how you make that stick. I really don't.
Obama was out yapping yesterday that he's the reason that the economy was so good during Trump's presidency. So, he had to fix. He talked about he had to fix the economy that was before him, and Trump was living off of his economy when he was president.
That's incredible. I mean, that's incredible.
This guy, man.
And for all their problems during the Obama administration, you might remember, they never stopped blaming George Bush.
Ever.
Never.
Ever.
I mean, all 8 years were George Bush's fault. Jeez. It's amazing to watch. It's really something to behold. But then his wife started to sing out of nowhere, just out of the blue.
Whole thing. When the Scarlet team comes on the field, we will all stand up and cheer. To the other team we'll never yield, and we won't forget we're here. We will fight for victory and win. We will conquer every foe.
Is that the Minnesota
theme
song or
something? It might be the fight song.
Minnesota fight song?
Yeah, it might be.
They're in Wisconsin. Why is she singing the Minnesota fight song?
Actually, I don't. It might be I don't know whose fights this song.
Well, I don't know.
It might be the high school that Coach Tim coached
that
at.
he wasn't the head coach of?
Correct.
Oh, man. That's incredible. Also, for some reason, Kamala was angry, and she came out that way during her rally yesterday, Cut 6.
And all of this is to say, I will always put middle-class families first. I come from the middle class. I come from the middle class.
Completely disproven. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I will never forget where I come from.
Well, you already have.
Oh, my God.
Because you're not from the middle class, so apparently you forgot about that. Whatever.
She.
This middle class thing they think is a real winner for them. Because he's rich, and everybody knows that he's a billionaire, so they're just middle class people.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not like him. I don't have any money. I've never had any money. We live in a tent. And I grew up in a tent. In fact, the tent wasn't big enough for all of us, so I had to be outside the tent.
It was a good day when my brother said, "Well, why don't you just come inside the tent for a couple hours?"
Yeah. I got to warm up inside the tent for 2 hours.
Not for the whole night, just for a couple hours.
Oh, man. Then at the Las Vegas town hall she attended, a Hispanic voter told Kamala that he's got some big concerns about the way she treated Biden. So that's kind of interesting. Here's what happened there.
Right now, leaning towards Trump, but I haven't made a decision. I'm also concerned about the way I feel President Biden was pushed aside.
And so close to the elections, I believe these are extraordinary circumstances.
Given how close we are to the election. So,
Univision.
La pregunta, Mario.
And Mario's question?
The question, Mario.
So the question is, how can you clarify this whole process?
What a nightmare. We got to listen to that.
And how you were elected.
First of all, thank you for being so candid and allowing me to answer the question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
President Biden made a decision that I think history will show was probably one of the most courageous that a president can make.
Which
is
he was forced out of office.
That was his point up to the question.
Not courageous. He was forced. And even after being forced, he still maintained he wasn't going to leave under any circumstances at first. Remember that?
He still thinks he's the one that wins. I'm telling you, please, when Donald Trump wins, I want the Joe Biden
he will
tour of I Told You So.
Yeah, he will do that. He'll do that. I tried to tell these people I was the only one who could beat Donald Trump. He will be doing that. And it's so amazing that they think, again, they insult us at every step. They insult our intelligence. It was just a couple months ago when all this happened, Puddin'. We know this was not a courageous move. We know it wasn't his decision because his decision was shared many, many, many times.
Think of that. It seems like
he was going nowhere.
How long ago does
it
that seem like forever ago?
It does. Seems like it's ancient history. That's how much of a nightmare she is. She's made 2 months seem like 20 years. Oh, man.
That's for sure.
Let's let her finish here, if possible.
Which is he decided to put country above his personal interests.
No, he didn't.
And He made that decision. He within that same period of time, supported my candidacy and urged me to run. He and I have been partners for the last 4 years as his vice president, to him as the president. And I am honored to have earned the Democratic nomination.
Except you didn't.
I am
Pause
honored.
it again.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, here we go. Lie after lie after lie. He courageously stepped aside. It was all up to him. He made the decision.
Encouraged me to run.
Encouraged me, and then I earned the nomination. She didn't earn anything. She didn't earn a single thing. She was given it on a silver platter. She was given the nomination. Wow.
There hasn't been, to my knowledge, there technically hasn't been a vote for her.
No, not a single one. No, there hasn't been any vote for her. People got on a conference call and they were told,
forced. Yeah,
okay, look, we're supporting Kamala. Okay, it's too late to do anybody else. So just get on board. And they did.
Yeah.
And they did. All right, let's see.
I am honored to have the endorsement of people from every walk of life. You will probably find that I probably have a bigger coalition of people who couldn't seem to be more different than each other, who have come together around my candidacy. From 200 Republicans who worked with and for both Presidents Bush, John McCain,
who really
Mitt Romney,
aren't Republicans,
including Liz Cheney, the former Congresswoman, and her father, the former Vice President, Dick Cheney, who was supporting me.
Oh, wow.
Former members,
really
very esteemed members, including generals of the national security community. I have the endorsement and support of Alberto Gonzalez, most recently, who, of course, was Attorney General. I have the support of people from every background, and I believe this is the reason why.
Alberto.
Okay.
It is incredibly important, and I know you, and I can see you are a patriot.
How do you know
have
that?
the President of the United States who honors the oath that they take to support the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, my gosh.
There is a huge contrast in this election.
Yeah, there is. Yes.
Donald Trump
that's correct.
has said he will be a dictator on day one.
No, he is not.
Many people come from backgrounds and countries of origin, and we know what that means when you're talking about someone who wants to be president of the United States and wants to be a dictator. And what that means in terms of taking freedoms from their people.
Oh, for gosh
Donald Trump
sakes.
has said he would
This
weaponize
is
the
unreal.
Department of Justice against his political enemies. I urge you to look at Project
That's what you have already done.
And you will see.
That's incredible.
He will strip the Department of Justice of its independence and put in and hire across the board,
The
instead
nerve,
of
the
career
gall.
public servants, his people.
Okay, I can't. All right, please stop. I just... Wow. Wow. That is staggering. Everything they're doing, they're blaming on him.
Yep.
And we knew that was the case, but it's amazing to still see it. Wow. Let's flash back to Kamala's vision for the Justice Department she was just talking about. Check this out. Cut 10.
And we'll put the Department of Justice of the United States back in the business of justice. We will double the Civil Rights Division and direct law enforcement to counter this extremism. We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms, because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy.
We don't have a democracy.
If you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Huh.
Almost.
Wow.
Huh.
So the Department of Justice isn't going to be so independent under
No, they are not.
a Kamala Harris
No, they are
administration.
not. It's almost as if they were going to weaponize it.
Almost like that, yeah. And if they don't like what you're saying, they're going to shut you down. That's what she just said.
I mean, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they are doing it.
They're already doing it.
They
They're
are
just
indeed.
silly.
Yeah. Wow. Oof. This can't happen, America.
Cannot.
Please. By all that is holy, this can't happen. She cannot be the president of the United States. 888-933-93. More coming up.
Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Let's get a fat five from Jeffy.
Oh, awesome. Let's knock it out. I was all ready to, talk helicopters. Okay, so if you were thinking to yourself, you know what, I want to go to Disney World, but, I'm not sure if they're even back open yet. It's possible that they're back open, but you still want to go. Let's go to Disneyland in California. I just know that the prices went up again. About 6% increase in most park tickets and a price increase between 6 and 20% on annual passes known as their Magic Keys. Peak season single-day tickets at Disneyland during late December holiday, for example, increased from $194 to $206, and the ability to hop between the parks on the same day is going to cost you another $10, $65 to $75, depending on the season. Now, the Imagine Magic Key Pass increased $100 from $499 to $599, and the rest of the passes all increased. The Skip the Line service, you can see on this chart here the big increase. The Inspire Key went up 25%, Believe 45%. This is all from 2021 to today. They've increased 50% almost on 3 of the 4. Incredible. So the multi-passes are all increasing. And so now you're thinking, all right, let's just go to Florida. Well, don't forget that Disney World had increased their prices already back in February to reflect the next year's calendar resort prices. So there's that. And they have not announced any of the annual pass prices for the Florida resort for next year. So no announcement was made on the parking rate changes on either coast. And these announcements come after their quarterly earnings call when Disney said, profit fell somewhat in our parks division. So we were underperforming a little bit of expectations in 2024.
Well, that'll help then to make it pricier for everybody to experience. That'll help a lot. I'm sure that'll... Now the profits are going to go through the roof,
right?
Okay? I couldn't afford it before, so that's why I wasn't going.
Not a problem.
Now I can. Now that you've raised the prices, now I feel better about it.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. We've got, because we don't want to.
I don't know how normal families. If you're just making average money, how do you take your family to Disney? How do you do it?
It's tough.
Crazy.
Yeah, real tough. So last night was the big Tesla robo-taxi reveal party. For a decade, Elon's been talking about the potential of robo-taxis, transforming the economics of Tesla. I'm sorry, Elon, Mr. Tesla had the big party gathering to unveil robo-taxi vehicles at the Warner Brothers Discovery Studios in Burbank, California last night. It was I wish I would have been there. They had 21 cybercabs and 50 autonomous vehicles on site. He said the Cybercab would cost about $30,000, and production should start in 2027. Here's some pictures of the Cybercabs and the Robo vans. I'm sorry, and the Cybercab and the Robo van. The Robo van is really just kind of a small bus, short bus, 20 passenger vehicle. He claimed there's the Robo van. Awesome. I don't know how much that costs. It seats about 20 people. He claimed that he's going to have unsupervised FSD, full self-driving FSD technology in Texas and California by next year. And then, really, to me, the party was about the Optimus robots, and he had many robots there. We had I'm not sure how many robots he had there.
A robot
didn't
with
say.
arms and legs.
This is when they came out
with wheels.
at the event.
And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus. And as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own.
Thank you.
Wow.
Something that anyone could own. And then his main thought on Optimus during the presentation, they had the ad running while he was giving some of his presentation. It would be.
And went a little something
like
this. I predict, actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of good, a good outcome. Look on the bright side. The cup is 80% full. The cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want. One of the things we wanted to show tonight was that Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you.
And
please be nice to the Optimus robots.
About the party.
So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar.
Yes, and they did, and that I mean, and there were plenty of videos posted of people interacting with them at the party. And then his main thought about Optimus, with the ad running behind him, was this.
Whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind.
The biggest product ever of any kind.
Jeez.
So the attendees were treated to test rides and interactions with Tesla's humanoid robot. It was the evening concluded with Musk, urging they all partied and danced with the robots, and there were plenty of videos posting of people interacting with Optimus. I want one bad.
How much are they?
There was no price.
Oh.
Everyone can have one, Pat.
Everybody can have one. So they're like $25?
Everyone can have
$20 for an Optimus robot.
I don't know.
He's probably right that this, I mean, if true, this will revolutionize society.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you remember the segue when that came out and they were talking to that Dean Kamen?
Oh, yeah.
Is going to change civilization as we know it.
Nope.
And we're all like, I mean, it was months of hype. Like, this thing is going to be unveiled, and it is unreal. Civilization will be built around this new invention by Dean Kamen.
What a letdown it was.
It comes out, and it's a scooter. It's,
what? What a letdown.
Okay, so mall cops use it. I mean, that's how it changed civilization. Mall cops can zip around the mall.
Oh, the Postal Service.
There
was a couple of Postal Service workers that were using them.
Okay, yes. There's that. Has that ever revolutionized civilization?
No, this will, though.
And then, they didn't make that same sort of hype over the iPhone and the iPad, which really did.
Which has.
Yes, it has revolutionized the world.
No question.
And now this is also something that could take the next step and really revolutionize things.
I've already got a name. I'm not calling it Optimus. I mean, that's
what do you call it?
My robot is Dewey.
Okay.
Dewey. I want. Oh man, Dewbot. Then I'll call him Dewey for short. But I want him to.
Everybody can get one.
That's right.
So grab one. Right now.
Tesla was worth $1.2 trillion. That's worth like $770 billion now. And they are saying that the robo-taxis is the company's future. I disagree. The future of the robots, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, I know we've seen the documentary iRobot, so we know how that ends.
But. Yes, right.
And that looked a lot like iRobot. That's why he, in fact,
looked exactly like it.
I'm sure that's why he called it We Robot Event. The party.
Wow. Yeah,
but they were the interaction videos, and we can't air them. But of the people at the party were. I mean, it's incredible. They've come a long way, and we've come a long way with that. And I mean, it's just going to only get better. Wow.
Yep.
I want one bad. Today's Chewing the Fat segment, brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Simply the best cookies on the planet. Great anytime you have them. I don't know. It's been I thought I saw an article where Optimus Robots were making the Kexi cookies, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Not yet. That's not till next week.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Kexi.com, KEKSI.com.
There you see the Halloween box. If you want the Halloween box with the 6 new delicious cookies, you got to get it like probably today because those are almost sold out. But go to KEKSI, Kexi.com. You're going to love it.
So Lisa Marie Presley's daughter of the king. Come to think of it, Kexi hasn't paid homage to the king yet either. Maybe we ought to make that happen. And it's just a thought. Lisa Marie, who passed away in January of last year, her now posthumous memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, reveals how she grieved the loss of her son Benjamin Keogh after he died by suicide in 2020 at the age of 27. She shares in her book that she kept his body on dry ice for 2 months.
Oh, my God.
In a separate little bedroom in their home in L.A.
Oh, man.
Because there's no law in the state of California that you have to bury someone immediately. So her daughter said it was really important for my mom to have ample time to say goodbye to him, the same way she'd done with her dad. Wow. They didn't put Elvis on dry ice.
No.
She also
weird.
claims in this book that I know.
Weird. It's a weird family, though. The whole Presley family.
Go easy.
Just a little off.
Go easy. Okay. She also claims that the King of Pop was a virgin when they married. So.
Would that surprise you?
What the hell? No, he saved himself for marriage.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That's what it was.
Living the good life.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly. I always believed he was asexual. So
yeah. I'm really kind of looking forward to reading the book. Please subscribe to my daily show at Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and review where possible. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. We mentioned the other day on Overtime how good your girl Lizzo looked during her weight loss journey that she's been posting videos on TikTok. And I just wanted to revisit it real quick because she looks fantastic. And I know you don't like to talk about your girl often enough, so I will for you. She's been posting, her weight loss journey on TikTok. And she claims no Ozempic. Right. Good for her, though. Good for her. I guess all the fat shaming and sexual harassment allegations by her dancers against her has finally hit home. And so,
yeah.
Good for her.
We're a little surprised that this is a thing with her. Cause
I know.
Fat was fantastic.
It sure was.
So...
Sure was.
How dare you shame her? How dare you say she's not the picture of health?
And now it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, right.
Complete opposite.
Weird.
Really weird. So, good luck with your ongoing weight loss plan. A recent study by Backyard Oasis analyzed the most Halloween enthusiastic states in the U.S. by considering 6 key factors contributing to Halloween excitement: Halloween costume searches, decorating searches, candy interest, the number of haunted houses, upcoming Halloween events in each state, and then they weighted them and they ranked the top Halloween enthusiastic states in the U.S. Texas, number 3. The great state of Texas, number 3.
Who's number 1?
California.
No.
California, number 1. So you got California, New York, Texas, Florida, Illinois. Florida may have pumped the brakes on their Halloween celebration now, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love the most popular Halloween candy in the states. In New York, Texas, and Illinois, Sour Patch Kids. California says M&M's, and Florida says Reese's Cups. I mean,
Sour Patch Kids, that's a good way to go.
They're pretty good.
I haven't had those in a long time, but I miss them.
I know.
I miss them.
They're pretty good.
Delicious. All right. It's still hot outside. At least it is in Texas. And if you're struggling to stay cool at night, here's the perfect solution for you. Miracle Made bed sheets. They're inspired by NASA. They use silver-infused fabrics that help regulate your body temperature so you'll stay comfortable and you sleep soundly all night long. These sheets are not only temperature regulating, but also self-cleaning. Thanks to their silver-infused design, they prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth. So they stay really clean. They're fresh. They're soft. So it just prevents all kinds of nastiness in your bed sheets. Luxuriously soft, too. Like sleeping at a 5-star hotel. Really nice. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat and save over 40%. Plus, you'll get 3 free towels with your purchase by using the promo code Pat. Nice. Miracle Made, so confident in their product, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep today. Visit trymiracle.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat and get that special offer.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
And we're in the middle of the Fat Five, the Chewing the Fat Five. One of my favorite stories of the week, since it's Fat Bear Week ended this week. In Colorado, the first reported bear attack has happened this year. There were 6 last year. Lake City, a southwestern Colorado town of about 400 people. Colorado map, Lake City. And so a black bear with 3 cubs attacked a man in his home after they crashed in through a sliding glass door. And he was unable to get them to leave. This guy is awesome. A 74-year-old man. They didn't release his identity. Tried to shoo the adult female bear out of the kitchen with a chair. It knocked him into a wall, clawed at him. The bear injured the man's head, neck, arm, shoulder, abdomen, and calf before he escaped to a bedroom. And then I guess he called the authorities because then the sheriff department showed up, and the sheriff's deputy chased the bears out. Medical responders treated the man at his house. It's certainly lucky we didn't have a fatality because it was close, says the wildlife officer, Lucas Martin. The man's injuries were significant, but he didn't go to the hospital. He's fine. The 74-year-old man just stayed home.
Wow.
He's fine. I know. The wildlife managers, of course, suspect, the bears, people are... the bears are out there looking for food, and they've been raiding people's homes in search of food. So they found the bears near the man's house with the cubs, and they put them down.
Oh, wow. And the cubs?
And the cubs, because they started associating people with food. It creates a complex situation, and that's the way you go. Look, humans first. You start attacking humans, you're going down.
Yeah.
Okay? Sorry, we love you, but
and they
you're going
broke
down.
into the house.
Yeah, they came into the house, yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, they didn't walk in through an open door, right?
It just says they came in through the sliding glass door. They crashed in through the sliding glass door.
Crashed in through the sliding glass door.
Yeah.
Jeez. You can't have that.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
Bye-bye.
I love the fact that, that bear kicked his butt, and I'm not going to the hospital.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm not going to the hospital.
At 74.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
That's something. Huh. Well, good for him. All right. That turned out to have
Heads
a
up
happy
in Colorado,
ending.
though. Look out. Bears are on the loose.
Jeez. All right. More coming up. Hang on.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Yes. And thank goodness. It's been a long week.
It hasn't yet. It's gone by so fast.
Has it? Okay.
Wait,
Yes.
no, wait. Whoa.
It has. Oh. Now, we had some agonizing days because there was a lot of Kamala Harris babbling this week. That made it difficult.
We may have more of that.
We might have more of that, and we got some Barack Obama to mix in there as well, which we haven't had in a while.
Agonizing.
Yeah.
He's out on the trail for Kamala. Only he's more on the trail just to show off him how great he is.
Yes, of
just
course,
terrible. And I pulled one clip. I don't know if Chris pulled others, but that one clip was all I could take of Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah, you forget how much you disliked him.
Oh my gosh!
Once in a while, out of sight, out of mind, and then he shows up and starts opening his mouth.
And he shows up at the other events. You don't really hear him speak.
Yeah,
he's just like, oh, there's Barack Obama. He's there, Mr. Superstar.
Yeah,
and then but when he shows up in Pennsylvania to pretend like he's Mr. Middle Class American, shut up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Got some tweets here. Stand Up Chuck tweets. Let's turn the page so we can all live in freedom, say the communists. From Janet, Republicans are burning the page. Forget about it. Tweets, I'm a little confused. I thought they turned the page on Trump in 2020. Right. Do they want to turn the page back to 2016? If so, I'm totally on board with that. Peekapool, the holistic approach Pokemon. It sounds like Optimus performs the same functions as the wife does for Jeffy. So why does he want to drop such a big chunk of change for what he already has? It's a good question. That is a good question.
You don't necessarily want me to answer that. I'm happy to answer it. In fact, I may answer it on my show, Chewing the Fat.
Okay.
Because I know my wife
to that.
actually may listen to this show.
Oh. Okay. You're right. All right. Surly New York broad. Surly New York broad. Gonna call my robot Jeffy. It's a good name for it.
And I like that, yeah.
Just a bit outside. Oh, hell no. I watched iRobot and Terminator. I will destroy any robot that comes to me.
That's what people think. I know, but it's not that. It's just, man, there's so much that they can do. It's just, and you don't have to. I don't have to have a little pad. I just want to. Okay, when I'm done with it, stop.
Yeah.
Stay.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to tip
stay.
it. You don't have to praise it.
Nothing.
It just does what you tell it to do. That'd be great.
I love it.
It'd be awesome. Who among us, from I'm a Lickenbutter, who among us doesn't have a departed loved one on dry ice in the house?
That's just weird. Come on now.
It's a good question.
I mean, how long do you leave it on dry ice? And the room's got to probably move in an extra air conditioner to keep her extra cold in there.
They said 2 months.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's
I know,
a lot of dry ice.
Oh my gosh,
that stuff melts. So,
and the money it'd have to cost to keep it that cold because I mean, just otherwise, I mean. Yeah. After a couple of months,
crazy.
Riley, Benjamin, the son is. He's not looking like himself.
No, I wouldn't think so. Even on dry ice, that's got to be. Oh, that's just
your body is already deteriorating.
Again, strange family, start to finish. Strange,
easy
family. Have you seen all of the Colin Allred ads in Texas?
I don't know that I've seen them all, Pat, but I've certainly seen way too many.
They play a lot.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
they do.
And I saw one poll where Ted Cruz fell 1 point behind him. Is Ted Cruz really? Can it be?
Cannot be. He cannot
that he's
be
in
behind.
trouble in Texas?
Ted has said that Allred's getting all the money. He has said that Allred's getting all the money.
Yeah. They want to get rid of Ted Cruz.
Yes.
And it's interesting because they're blaming him for abortion rights.
Yep.
Ted Cruz banned abortion. Did he? How come over 1 million happened last year then? How'd that happen? That's weird.
It was his fault that we lost power during a storm, too. I'll tell you that.
That's what Allred claims, is that Ted Cruz is only in it for himself. And that's why he went to Mexico when the power shut off in Texas. Really? Was he supposed to be out working on the lines?
Did you forget that the plane was full?
Right.
Sorry.
He wasn't the only one, but also,
no, he was not.
What was he supposed to do about the outage? He's a U.S. senator. He's not a lineman for the county. Jeez. So, I don't know. We need to get Ted on if he wants to come on, because that can't happen either.
No, that cannot. That's for sure. That needs to. We need to fight for that.
Colin Allred, and he tries to. Oh, I'm a big Texas guy because I played football. So what? Get out of here.
I know the pain.
Yes. I'm fighting for Texas because I know pain. And then there's scenes of his football days.
Yeah.
Okay, Colin. All right. Nice pandering.
No doubt about that.
Because we do love our football.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't mean we're going to love you as a result. But supposedly,
I don't know if he's doing. If those ads are running while they're running on during the National Football League games, but I don't know if they're specifically local to DFW.
I think they are.
If they're doing statewide. But I mean, he's spending a lot of money.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. And he's got a lot of money to spend.
He's got a lot of money to spend.
The Democrats have just, they've used this abortion thing to just raise money like crazy, scare the crap out of people, lie about all their opponents, and it's, at least money-wise, it's working.
Yes. But Ted Cruz isn't going to lose to Colin Allred, right? That's just not going to happen.
I hope.
That's just not going to happen.
It can't.
Ted Cruz
again,
and that other Dingleberry will still be a senator? No, that's not going to happen.
What other Dingleberry? John Cornyn?
Cornyn, yes.
The other Dingleberry. Yes, the other Dingleberry.
That other
Dingleberry,
he can't be the senator. No, I would barely stand him in office.
I know.
We're not losing Ted West.
Yeah,
no, we're
it's
not
bad
losing
enough that John Cornyn isn't in trouble right now. Of course, he's not running right now, so it's not an
No, they love
election.
him. He's Mr. Top of the pile.
Yeah. But if we lose Ted Cruz, that's a disaster.
Boy, no
it's a
kidding.
disaster. So we can't let that happen. So, Chris, extend that offer. We'd love to have him on. As far as the presidential race, there's some polls out from interactive polls. In Michigan, Trump leads 48-46 over Kamala. The others receiving 2%. And also, the Republican apparently leads in the Senate race 46-45. So Trump is actually outperforming the local candidate there. In Pennsylvania,
Pretty big for Michigan.
Pennsylvania, according to the interactive poll, Trump also leads there, 48.9, so essentially 49-47%.
Which is why they're out hawking, having Obama and the rest of them out, hawking in Pennsylvania.
Right. So that's great. Okay, so in a two-way race, Trump leads 49-47. In a four-way race, he leads 49-48. How about that? That's interesting. Okay, so that's in Pennsylvania. So that looks pretty good. Pennsylvania and Michigan, Trump leads. I love that. In Georgia, Trump leads 50-45. Arizona, Trump 49-46. In Wisconsin, Trump 49-48. In North Carolina, Trump 48-47.
Nice.
I love it.
I still feel like it's bigger than that.
It should be, yeah.
I feel like it is. There's no way to prove it, so you just have to go with the interactive polls, and that's what they say. Okay, that's what they say. But I'm just really tired of hearing the neck and neck, and it's so close, and it's neck and neck, because
it should be 98-2.
In my world, it's not that close. The people that I deal with, and maybe that's just my own circle.
Well, yeah, everybody experiences that. I'm sure there are people who think that Kamala Harris has 100% support because that's all they only watch MSNBC and CNN. They only talk to liberals like them, that kind of thing. But I think in the real world, where everybody mingles together, it probably is fairly close. I don't know if it's this close, but it's close. But if he wins all those states, all the swing states, it's not going to be all that close, electoral speaking. So we'll see.
And there's a lot of people that need to get over the fact that, thinking that their vote doesn't count, that aren't going to vote.
I don't want to hear that.
Everyone needs to vote.
Everybody
vote. Your vote counts.
I don't care how frustrated you are or discouraged you are. If you don't vote and he loses, you're part of the problem. That's on you.
Yes.
So please get out and vote. And make sure that we don't lose the White House for another 4 years. My gosh, what a disaster that would be. Oh, my gosh. All right, so we were talking about this Las Vegas town hall, and we had the Hispanic guy that asked her about pushing Biden aside. She babbled for 4 minutes about that. It was agonizing. Then CNN asked the Kamala campaign how Kamala is different than Biden. Let's cut 12. And it goes.
Vice President Harris
like
has
this.
been asked repeatedly how she's different than President Biden, and some people think she's been tripped up by answering that. How do you think she is different than President Biden?
Well, first of all, whatever the differences is between them, it's not nearly as vast as the difference between her and Donald Trump. She's obviously a woman. She is a woman of color, and she is of a new generation. So she is not Joe Biden, as much as they want to try to make her Joe Biden. But she was and is part of.
That stupid answer again. They're different people. Wait, what?
We know they're different people.
Is anybody confused about the fact that they're separate entities? I don't think so.
That's the only way they have to try to separate her and Joe Biden.
Because their policies are the same. Yeah. They're just trying to separate them now because, that doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows that she's a black woman, he's a white man. Okay, we got that part. But their economic policies, tell me about that. Because
she's even said, what would you change? Nothing?
She couldn't think of a thing.
Yeah, no, I can't think of a thing.
All right, let him finish here.
She is not Joe Biden as much as they want to try to make her Joe Biden, but she was and is part of the Biden administration.
Right.
That's the point.
What differentiates her from Joe Biden? Obviously nothing.
Nothing.
It's going to continue the same failed policies and make them worse. That's all. They're just going to get worse under her. Then there's Barack Obama. As you said, he was agonizing yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
He's on the campaign trail. Although he said blacks, the brothers, are not excited about Kamala.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was
holding court.
Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
With the brothers. So he's admitting, black men are not excited about Kamala Harris. Isn't that what he just said there?
Yep.
That's interesting. Wait, are you campaigning for her or?
He's campaigning. That's what I said. That clip that we're going to play here in a little bit. It's just about him.
Does it diminish him a little bit if another black person is elected?
Maybe.
Is that the problem?
Maybe
he doesn't want that. I don't know. Maybe he likes being the only black to ever hold that office.
Well, and remember the reports were that he didn't want Kamala.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
They wanted Joe gone, but they didn't want Kamala.
Right.
They didn't want him.
I don't know who he did want. If it was Newsom.
I think it was Kelly, right?
Oh, it was Mark Kelly.
I think he was the front runner for that.
Yeah.
But that was the reports. I don't know whether that, obviously we don't know whether it's true or not. But we do know that he did not want Kamala. Or Kamala, or whatever the hell her name is.
Right. He also said this election is going to be tight because people are still struggling. Interesting comment as well.
You've already heard tonight.
No, this is him on the stage. Ugh.
This election's going to be tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there are a lot of Americans who are still struggling out there.
Oh.
They're still striving to make
Why is that?
life better for themselves, for their families, and for their kids.
Right.
And let's face it, as a country, we've been through a lot these last few years.
Yeah.
We had a historic pandemic.
Right.
Wreaking havoc on communities and businesses.
Okay. And?
Disruptions from the pandemic then caused prices to spike.
No. That's not what happened.
A strain on family budgets.
No. That's not what happened.
And in many ways, it's felt like the aspirations of working people have taken a back seat to the priorities of the rich and the powerful.
Yeah, like you.
So I get it.
Do you?
Why people are looking to shake things.
To shake things
Shake things up.
Yeah.
Shake things.
Okay.
So then you have to hear the where he takes credit for the economy. I mean, if you got to do a commercial, do the commercial. But this clip of him taking credit that he had to fix Bush. Fixed Bush, and he's saying that
now he's taking credit for the last 4 years.
The Trump good years were because of him.
Okay, all right.
I don't know how that works for Kamala, but
I don't either, frankly. But it's all about him.
It is all about him.
We knew that going in.
It is all about him.
It's all about him. I got something really exciting to share. A lot of people say that nobody reads anymore, but we know that's not true, right? Not for this audience. Our best and most important ideas are still captured in print, which is why we've decided to launch a premium quarterly magazine, the one I'm holding right now. It's called Frontier. It's really beautiful.
Right there.
It's got beautiful photography in it. It's got fantastic articles in it from everybody. I mean, Mark Levin, Chris Rufo, Matt Taibbi, Glenn Beck. You're going to love this magazine. Yeah, somehow we got Glenn Beck to agree to.
That's incredible.
To put an article in there.
Blaze TV Plus.
All right. New Blaze Unlimited membership gets you exclusive access to Frontier delivered right to your front door, but there's a lot more, too. As a founding member of Blaze Unlimited, you'll receive a limited edition founding members card, VIP event access, and the chance to have your voice heard. This membership is about joining the mission to defend free speech and uphold the American way of life. Join Blaze Unlimited today. Let's stand together and keep the spirit of America alive.
Saying what you're thinking. Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets here. Genderface tweets. Are Kexi cookies not revolutionizing the world, Pat? You just threw them out there like they were normal, mundane cookies made by those stupid little tree elves. No, I didn't. I certainly didn't mean to do that. They are fantastic cookies that have revolutionized the world. Not just the world of cookies, either. I mean, the world of boxes as well. Look at how beautiful.
Look at that.
Look at that Halloween box. And
right?
then inside,
Look at
you
that.
open it up. Bon appetit. Get it? Bone. Like B-O-N-E.
I got
get
it. And a little
cool box. By the way, they probably sell out today. So if you want to get one of the Halloween boxes with these delicious cookies in it, do that today. Kexi.com.
By the way, they're gender face. You can go easy on besmirching the stupid little tree elves, okay?
Why?
The elves do good work.
Do they?
They do good work.
You like Keebler cookies, do you?
I'm just saying the elves do good work.
Yeah, okay. How many trees have they set ablaze?
I don't know.
Because of the oven being in there.
I don't know.
Too many.
Okay,
Too many. I mean, they're continually blaming forest fires on climate change.
Nope.
I say
tree elves.
You start looking at Keebler for this.
Keebler elves.
Damn little elves that are making cookies in there.
And you keep saying that until they come to your door.
Tamara B. tweets, will Jeffy post a video showing his weight loss journey? Show us your abdominal muscles.
Don't worry about.
Don't worry about
my abdominal muscles.
Okay. I frankly don't. Okay, I don't. Tamara might be, but not me. Middle class Pathead tweets, I guess it's a good thing the Bears weren't wearing Kevlar vests or they wouldn't have been able to put them down.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
It's true. Frank Johnson's alter ego. Wow. We have the science experimenting with climate control, artificial intelligence, and robots. Nothing could possibly go wrong, right? We trust the science, right?
Right?
Yes, of course we do.
Right.
100%.
I mean, I do. Let's let them in. Who cares?
Yes, I
Who cares?
mean, what could go wrong?
Who cares?
V. Dutch Mermaid, in my world, people are just starting to say, I'm voting for Trump out loud.
Oh.
People were shamed for so long, they no longer care what others think. Hope that's true.
I hope that's true, too.
Yeah,
I mean, she's just terrible. And so it makes sense. And things haven't gotten better since we've began to turn the page.
Mm-hmm. Also from Sarah, why would Jeffy get a robot when he has a wife? Because the robot doesn't talk back.
Fact. The robot doesn't. The robot doesn't get older either.
Oh wow!
Oh, did I?
Oh wow!
Oh
wow!
Oh.
Wow!
I mean, actually, the robots will get older because you think Elon's only going to sell you one robot?
No.
Think again. It's going to be time for an upgrade.
That's right. That's right. Just like in the human world,
that's right.
Sometimes it's time for an upgrade.
Time for an upgrade. They know.
Right?
They know.
Not for me.
They know.
I want to let my perfect spouse know that that time never comes.
Okay.
In fact, today's my anniversary. 39 years.
Congratulations.
The same woman. 39 years.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Me too. All right. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
That's awesome, actually, 39 years.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm trying to think. Have I been probably pretty close to that? Not with the same woman, though. I've been married.
Right. That's right. Because there have been other women.
A couple times.
Uh-huh. All right. So it's a little different.
It's the same.
But somewhat similar. I mean, 39 years have passed for you, too.
Same amount of prison time, I'll tell you that.
All right. So we've also got some Joe Biden clips, which are always fun.
Okay, but please tell me. We're not skipping over Obama yet.
Oh,
before
do
we get
have
to
that
Joe
Obama
Biden,
clip that you keep talking
cut
about?
46.
All right.
We're not skipping over Barack being such a nightmare and taking credit for everything.
All
Okay,
right. Yes.
cut 46.
And the reason some people think, wow, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy.
No. What? Come on, man. Come on.
75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him.
You got to be kidding me.
It wasn't something he did. I spent 8
Pause
years
it for a second. He is really taking credit for all 4 years of Donald Trump?
Because of the greatness of his presidency. 75 months of job growth.
Oh, my gosh. That is staggering. These people have no shame at all. Absolute zero shame. It's incredible to watch and listen to.
Yes, it is.
Wow. All right, let's see if we can get through it.
Mess that the Republicans had left me the last time.
Jeez, you got to be
So just
kidding.
in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
Oh, that's all he did was those damn tax cuts. I mean, he's on the road. He's on the road for Kamala.
Wow, and that's all about him. That's all about him.
Unbelievable.
He didn't do anything.
It's unbelievable because
she didn't do anything. Biden didn't do anything.
Because we're hazy on any of it. It's all me.
That's wow. Wow. Not only is that absolute BS, but it's not helpful to her
at all.
He's supposed to be campaigning for her. He was campaigning for a third term for him.
Yes.
Wow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We're going to share this great new anti-Nike ad. I think this is powerful. This is good stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the better ads we've seen in a long time. This is a Dear Nike ad, and it's done by mostly little girls. Watch this.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike.
Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you?
Why do you claim to support women and girls?
Yet when we need you most, you remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity,
our sports,
our spaces.
Men and boys are stealing opportunities, medals,
trophies,
and our future.
It is not fair or just.
In fact, it's often dangerous. Yet you refuse to use your platform to stand up.
You say you're for social justice and progress.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours?
See, with a big platform
comes an even bigger responsibility.
You have a chance to do the right thing,
not just do the easy thing.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike.
As the biggest voice in all of sports.
Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me?
Will you stand up for me? Will you?
Will you?
Will you just do it?
No, will you just do it?
Hashtag save women's sports.
Wow, that's great.
The XXXY Athletics, thetruthfits.com. It's awesome. What a campaign.
Really
what a
good.
Campaign.
Yeah. Think about it.
I no doubt about that. Seriously. Don't
think about it.
Necessarily appreciate the tone that you're.
The tone is you should think about that.
No doubt about that.
Nike should think about that. Are they going to support women's athletic? No, they're not going to. Do you think they'll change their position
No way.
on having biological boys compete against girls? No way.
No way.
No way. They're too politically correct, and I guess that's the politically correct move now, is to support boys playing against girls in their sports.
Although the DEI stuff is starting to
it's waning
fall
a little
apart.
bit. Yeah,
so maybe.
I hope.
Me too.
Wow. That is interesting.
More campaigns like that will help if that campaign continues. Plus, what needs to happen, and talked about it before, is that teams need to not play the other teams that are trying to ram it down their throats.
Yeah, you got to be united, though.
We're not playing.
Yeah, because they'll just, like they've done, where was that? Was it Vermont, where a couple of schools did take that stand? So they said, okay, you can't play in any sports then.
Connecticut or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, you're just not going to compete. Oh, all right. So that was like a lesson to everybody else.
Well, they were trying to be. And I would say that, then the parents can, there's leagues, or they can create a league that can happen for your kids to play. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's what should happen if these trans people want to compete in sports. All right, here's your trans league. Go ahead. Or
they don't want that.
They don't want that. Nope. Because that's too fair. Correct. That would be a legitimate sporting league.
Correct.
That's not what they're looking for. They're looking to dominate. And so it's unfair. It's unjust. And it's not safe either. It's not safe. They're always talking about safe spaces for women. That certainly isn't one.
No, it is not.
Or you got men in their dressing room, in their bathroom, and then out on the field with them. No.
And we're just okay with it.
No.
Yeah, we're just okay with it. It's fine.
Right. It's so bizarre. It's really hard to believe we're even having this discussion. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
I mean, we're way past, remember the YMCA and the YWCA?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right.
No.
Speaking of bizarre, what is this Gretchen Whitmer ad? Is this, I don't know, I don't even know if it's an ad.
She was on some podcast. And this was, I think that they talked a bunch about abortion and stuff. This podcaster, she's, big on abortion. And so she's,
Are they mocking Catholicism here? Is that
possible?
What this is?
Yeah. And do anything for a Kamala vote. Possibly Catholicism. I didn't think about that, but yeah, because
it's very communion-like.
It is communion-like, and so I think she would do anything for a Kamala vote, and that was to, I guess, feed her a Dorito, and so they did.
Okay, now and here's what it looked like.
All it did for me, like obviously we're not playing the audio.
You go ahead and play it. All right, so she accepts it like she's accepting communion from a priest. It's a Doritos chip, and I don't. There's Gretchen. They gave it to her.
I don't do anything for a Kamala vote, and okay, you want me to feed you this, then I'll feed you this for the Kamala vote. That's what they were trying to say. But and we're not playing the audio. But it was all I did for me was want to listen to the Nelly song that was playing on the original post.
That would not have done
Nelly
that for
Dilemma.
Me. I love that song. Not have hit me the same way.
I love that song. The Dilemma song.
So that's why we can't play it, because there's some rap song playing?
Yeah.
All right.
That's not a rap song.
It's not rap.
It's a love song.
Oh, it's a love song. Okay.
Nelly Dilemma.
All right. I wouldn't know it if I heard it, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yes, you
wouldn't.
would.
No.
Yes, you would.
I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I couldn't tell you what Nelly Dilemma sounds like.
I'll play it for you. It's on my playlist.
Anyway, that looks like mocking Catholicism to me.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Because that's how, people go up and receive communion from the priest, and he places it on your tongue. Or they used to do it that way. I don't know if they still do. Yeah, okay. So that's bizarre. That's really bizarre. And
the whole thing was based on, just supporting abortion and being able to kill your babies. So that's great.
Isn't that great?
That's great.
Because, man, if you can't kill babies,
we don't want to talk to you.
But yeah, we don't even want to be a society anymore. Nope. I mean, that's how they are. I mean, that's what this is all about. It's pretty incredible. Also, former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's making the rounds right now because he's got a book out. And he was on CNN with Jake Tapper. And Tapper tried to give him an opportunity to attack Donald Trump based on the supposed phone calls he's made to Vladimir Putin. And it didn't go exactly the way Jake Tapper was hoping it would go. He was promoting his new memoir, Unleashed, Huh. Wonder where he got that.
Huh.
You're welcome, Boris. While Tapper seemed, maybe nominally interested in talking about the book, he was far more interested on trying to get something out of Boris Johnson on this Bob Woodward claim that Trump has talked to him multiple times on the phone since he left office, which I don't get it. What's the big deal? Unless, there's a Logan Act, right? And they're trying to make it illegal. There's a Logan Act that says that unauthorized personnel in the United States can't negotiate with other world leaders. Well, who said he's negotiating anything? Right. He's not negotiating. He's not acting on behalf of the U.S. government. Because that was the
argument I mentioned the other day. That was the argument with John Kerry before he was, before he was out. And I believe Kerry was actually negotiating with Iran. And
he was.
He didn't have
and that was a violation.
He didn't have any official title.
That was a violation of the Logan Act. This isn't. I mean, even if they're friends, that's not a violation.
Right.
So they're really trying to make something out of this, though. They tried to make something out of the Russia stuff before. It was all made up, and we all know it now. And this, too, is all made up. And it's interesting because Boris Johnson didn't play the game. Let's see. I'm looking for what it was he was saying. Tapper said CNN is also reporting that in Woodward's book, according to a Trump aide, there have been multiple phone calls between the former president and Vladimir Putin, maybe as many as 7 since Trump left the White House in 2021. What's your reaction to that? And here's what Johnson said. I don't know if that's true, and I'm certainly not privy to the contents of those sorts of conversations, but what I can tell our viewers is that when I had dealings with President Trump over Russia, like when the Russians poisoned people in the UK, it was actually the Trump administration that really exceeded expectations. That had to shock him to the core.
Oh, yeah.
That had to disappoint him like you can't believe. They expelled 60 Russian spies. It was the Trump administration that actually gave Ukrainians lethal weaponry, the Javelin missiles, to use against Putin troops. So that kind of shut him down.
No doubt.
Wait, so he acted against Russia's interest? That doesn't fit our narrative.
No, it
that
does
we're trying
not.
to sell right now.
No, it does not.
What are you doing, Boris? How dare you? And listen to what he wound this up with. Had he been president in 2022, there would have been no Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ta-da!
Yeah, thank you.
So then Jake Tapper was just speechless, stunned. Then he stumbled around.
Look at the time.
Yeah, look at I guess we should mention your book then. Okay, what do you got on your book?
Okay.
I
look at the time.
Wasn't really interested, but what's in your book?
We're not going to beat up Trump. As we move on. I'm surprised they didn't talk about. I think it was reported that he and I didn't. This is going to shock you, but I didn't see the Jake Tapper interview.
That does shock me.
I know.
Have you ever missed one before in the past?
And of course, I missed this one.
Of course.
Darn it.
Yeah, weird.
But he talked in his book, it's being reported that Netanyahu left a listening device in the bathroom after he visited 10 Downing. When Netanyahu visited Boris.
Oh.
Boris claims that after he left, they swept the place and they found a listening device in the bathroom.
Really?
That's what's being reported, and I think that's one of the things in his book. Yeah, I don't know that I think now that it's out, people have denied it. Like I don't know,
I'm
Netanyahu.
Sure. I'm sure, because that wouldn't be very cool. That would not be cool.
I mean, but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You go to the bathroom, leave a listening device.
Obviously,
that's what you do.
You're going to bug the bathroom.
That's what you do. Thank you.
If you go. Obviously.
If you're going to bug 10 Downing Street, it's the bathroom.
It's the bathroom. Yes, obviously. So you really want to hear what's going on in the bathroom.
So silly.
That's so stupid. All right. Imagine for a minute that you're about to, maybe you don't have to imagine this. Maybe you are about to make the biggest financial decision that most people make in their lives, either buying or selling a house, or maybe you're doing both. You're relocating. And what would it mean to not only have help, but have the best help available? I'll tell you what it means. It means a lot of money on your behalf. It means you save a lot of money when you're buying a home, or you make a lot of money when you're selling it. Having a great real estate agent is so critical, so important, because they know what buyers are looking for. They know what you're going to get your money out of if you're making improvements before you sell it. If you're doing a little remodeling, what should you do? Change countertops, remodel the kitchen, bathrooms, whatever. They know the ins and outs of all of that and can take that stress away from you. And then get your house sold for the most amount of money. Or if you're buying a house, get the most house for your money and get you into a great neighborhood with great schools and all the things that you're looking for. It's Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. Plus, it's a free service we provide for you. We just set you up with a realtor, and then the rest is up to the two of you. So, Real Estate Agents I Trust, the name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
And now, Pat Gray returns.
So, Joe Biden, speaking of Netanyahu, Biden says Netanyahu is coming to the U.S. to help with the storm? What?
Because he's lost. He's given a press conference about the storm.
Okay.
And he's asked about it.
All right.
And obviously he's
here's what
delusional.
happened.
Mr. President, what did Prime Minister Netanyahu tell you?
Stop, because they're talking about how he's doing a storm update, and she's asking him about the Kamala Netanyahu stuff on CBS and what she said, but about them not getting along and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mr. President, what did Prime Minister Netanyahu tell you about his plans relating to retaliation?
She's coming over to help with the storm.
Wait, what?
See, so
what? He's coming over to help with the Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. Was he though? It didn't look like he was trying to be funny. That did not look like he's trying to be funny. Play his reaction again, because that's. He's coming over to help with the storm.
She's coming over to help with the storm.
There's no smile there. There's nothing. That's just a deadpan.
Dry humor.
No, he doesn't have any dry humor. He's got no humor at all. He's coming over to help with the storm. Okay.
He's such a weirdo.
Oh,
they all are.
Man.
They all are.
So
I don't know. Honestly, to make myself happy, I just told myself he's just trying to be funny. But
there's a really good chance he's not.
Correct. And he's just out of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize what he's talking about.
Yeah. Or maybe the Prime Minister of Israel really is coming over to help with the storm.
Maybe he is. Maybe we'll get him up into one of those power buckets and he'll be getting power lines up.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to. Man wants to get up there, go ahead.
We can use all the help we can get.
Can.
If the Prime Minister of Israel comes over, great. We'll put you to work.
Get a hold of DeSantis. Don't be thinking you're just going to walk in there and do anything without DeSantis approval.
Bring your jeans, some work boots. We'll get you.
We got
a shovel.
Got some gloves. We got some boots.
Yeah,
we're good.
Then he was talking about Israel and Trump comments. And cut 16. Here's what he had to say about that.
Plans relating to retaliation.
She's coming over to help with the storm.
Yeah, you just said that.
Mr. President, have you spoken with former President Trump?
Okay, see, maybe a little.
Are you kidding me? Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable?
What?
You said you were going to hold those accountable.
Public will hold them accountable. You better than the press hold them accountable because you know the truth.
Do you plan to speak with former President Trump?
No.
Get a life and help what people? What's he talking about here?
Are you
talking
kidding
about
me?
The storm there too?
Yeah.
So that's his message for Trump, is to get a life and help people.
I mean, it kind of has been.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand what the implication is there. What's he supposed to be doing right now?
Getting the jeans out, the shovels.
Yeah, I
gloves,
guess he's supposed to be out there with
bucket.
Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Put on your work boots.
Let's get out there. Let's
get
go.
out there. Get going. Wow. Speaking of Donald Trump, he was mocking Kamala and her teleprompter incident the other day. Cut 18.
Because oftentimes I lose the teleprompter. You know, teleprompters go out, but she lost the teleprompter last week. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about 32 days to the election, and she goes,
We just got out of the tanning
there
bed.
are 32 days. Oh, oh my God. I just lost the teleprompter. 32. Then she, 32, 32, 32, 32. And I said, what the hell happened to her? And then the teleprompter kicked back on. 32 days to the election. You don't want this for your president.
No, we don't. No, we do not.
That's hilarious.
It's great. Then he's talked about a new policy: interest on car loans fully deductible.
Today, I am also announcing that as part of our tax cuts, we will make interest on car loans fully deductible.
Okay.
So a man a lot of you people are in the car industry. Actually, I met a lot of them backstage. What do you do? I'm in the car industry. But a lot of them, and I told him about it. He's a very knowledgeable person. He said, here's a guy, he's done it all his life. He's sitting right over there. I don't want to embarrass him. But he said, where did you come up with that idea? That's the coolest thing. It's like the paperclip again, right? It's like the paperclip. Somebody comes up with the paperclip and everybody says, why the hell didn't I think of that, right? Somebody came up with a paperclip, I guess made a lot of money. And other people said, gee. But he said, I've been in the car industry all my life. I've never thought about that. So we're going to make it fully deductible, the interest payments. That's going to revolutionize your industry. This will stimulate massive domestic auto production and make car ownership dramatically more affordable for millions and millions of working American families. This is a phenomenal thing.
Phenomenal.
It's a
if I do
paperclip.
say so myself.
Paperclip idea.
Yeah.
Right there.
Who likes that idea? Isn't that great?
It is. It's
a
great.
paperclip idea. Who doesn't like paperclips? A bunch of them right here, as a matter of fact.
Is the person who invented the paperclip incredibly wealthy? Because I'm not aware of the paperclip guy's story or a woman.
Fortune.
Yeah,
Fortune.
Yeah. Super,
Fortune.
like a billionaire. He built a paperclip empire.
Fortune.
And so
that has.
I'm
going
to look into that.
I know that actually has to be true. He also said something that made me laugh, and I thought of you when he talked about the biggest threat to democracy at the Detroit Economic Club, Cut 42.
Number 42.
You see, that's the real threat to democracy, stupid people. That's the threat. Our biggest threat to democracy is stupid people.
Yes. So true, too. That is so true.
But how can something be a threat to something we don't have?
Well, that's true, too. Right. I was willing to forgive that.
I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Because,
Never mind.
Right.
Never mind.
For that moment, I was going to set democracy aside. And just say, if we could only eliminate the stupid people, we'd be way better off. You're right. But everybody's making a huge deal out of the weather situation. And we're going to do a special weather show. Chris, is that a done deal? Do we have somebody lined up for the weather show yet?
We're trying.
Still trying.
We're attempting. But I saw
we have at least 3 people that would like to join us.
Okay, awesome.
At least 3?
At least 3.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I saw another couple videos yesterday that were sent to me, and it's going to be.
Well, let's flash back to ABC News talking about cloud seeding and the segment they did on that. Cut 23. Check this out.
that cloud seeding is booming. They anticipate at least another 200 ground cloud seeding machines to be put in before next season.
Ginger, this is such a cool concept, but is it too good to be true? I mean, how do we know that the chemicals that they're spraying from the air aren't bad for us or the planet?
The good news is we've been doing this since the 1940s and 50s. Other countries do it, and there have been a lot of research projects that have shown that the silver iodide, for example, is not found. It's negligible once it gets down to ground level.
So, again, I don't want to be too skeptical, but is there anything wrong with manipulating nature like this?
I think that's the question we should have asked when we built every single parking lot and every rooftop. We have been manipulating weather with us for a very long time. I do think that looking at and continuing research on when these programs get bigger, if it will affect people downstream,
but again,
that needs to be
It's just nutty conspiracy theory. That's just ridiculous. It's beyond
disinformation.
Beyond ridiculous that people would think that the feds are doing anything with the weather. What? Wow. ABC News. Since the 40s, we've been doing it. Yeah, it should be a fascinating show coming up on the last Friday of the month. So 2-3 weeks from now.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.